my dear students. Welcome to Teacher at Home. Today class we can see the second part. Reproductive phase of life in humans. Adolescents become capable of reproduction when the testes and ovaries begin to produce gametes. Capacity for maturation and production of gametes lasts for a longer time in males than in females. In females, the reproductive phase of life begins at puberty, that is 10 to 12 years of age, and generally lasts till the age of approximately 45 to 50 years. Ova begin to mature with the onset of puberty. One ovum matures and is released by one of the ovaries once in about 28 to 30 days. During this period, the wall of the uterus becomes thick so as to receive the egg. In case it is fertilized and begins to develop, this results in pregnancy. If fertilization does not occur, the released egg and the thickened lining of the uterus, along with its blood vessels, are shed off. This causes bleeding in women, which is called menstruation. Menstruation occurs once in about 28 to 30 days. First menstrual flow begins at puberty and is termed menarche. At 45 to 50 years of age, the menstrual cycle stops. Stoppage of menstruation is termed menopause. Initially, menstrual cycle may be irregular, take some time to become regular. Menstrual cycle is controlled by hormones. Cycle includes the maturation of the egg. It releases thickening of uterine wall and its breakdown if pregnancy does not occur. In case the egg is fertilized, it begins to divide and then get embedded in the uterus for further development, as you have learned in chapter 6. How is the sex of the baby determined? Boy or girl? Inside the fertilized egg or zygote is the instruction for determining the sex of the baby. This instruction it is present in the thread-like structure called chromosomes in the fertilized egg. Chromosomes, they are present inside the nucleus of every cell. All human beings have 23 pairs of chromosomes in the nuclei of the cells. 2 chromosomes out of this are the sex chromosomes named X and Y. A female has 2 X chromosomes while a male has 1 X and 1 Y chromosome. The gametes, egg and sperm, have only one set of chromosomes. Unfertilized egg always have one chromosome, one X chromosome. But sperms are of two kinds. One kind has an X chromosome and the other kind has a Y chromosome. When a sperm containing X chromosome fertilizes the egg, zygote would have 2 X chromosomes develop into a female child. If the sperm contributes Y chromosome of the egg, at fertilization, the zygote would develop into a male child. XX, that is X. Now you know that the sex chromosomes of the father determine the sex of the unborn baby. See here, XX, sperms X and Y. So when it is cross-linked, XY we get boy, XX we get girl. Okay. The belief that the mother is responsible for the sex of the baby is completely wrong. And to blame her for this is totally unjustified. See here, the father is donating the XY chromosome, mother is having only the XX chromosome. So when they are pairing, we are getting a male or a female child. Hormones other than sex hormones. The hormones secreted by the pituitary stimulates testes and ovaries to produce their hormones. Already learned that the pituitary gland is an endocrine gland. It is attached to the brain. Apart from the pituitary, the testes and the ovaries, there are other endocrine glands in the body, such as thyroid, pancreas, and adrenals. See here, it is the pituitary gland. Here is the thyroid, adrenal gland, pancreas, then position of the ovary in the female, and testes. Bojo and Paheli had once visited their aunt, who was a doctor. Remember that a boy named Kaka had a very big and bulging throat. Aunt had told that the Kaka was suffering from goiter, a disease of the thyroid gland. Kaka's thyroid gland was not producing the hormone thyroxine. Aunt also told them that the uncle was suffering from diabetes because his pancreas was not producing the hormone insulin. So, insulin is produced by pancreas in sufficient quantities. Bojo and Paheli then asked their aunt about the adrenal glands, which are also shown in the chart hung on the wall of their clinic. The aunt told them the adrenal gland secrete hormones which maintain the correct salt balance in the blood. Adrenals also produce the hormone adrenaline. It helps the body to adjust to stress when one is very angry, embarrassed, or worried. So, adrenaline it is produced when we are getting angry, embarrassed, or worried. Thyroid and adrenals secrete their hormones when they receive orders from the pituitary through these hormones. Pituitary also secrete growth hormone, which is necessary for the normal growth of the person. Role of hormones in completing the life history of insects and frogs. I already learned that about the life cycle of a frog. Tadpole passes through certain stages to become a frog. This change from larva to adult, it is called metamorphosis in insects, is controlled by insect hormone. In a frog, it is controlled by thyroxine, the hormone produced by thyroid. Thyroxine production requires the presence of iodine in water. If the water in which the tadpole are growing does not contain sufficient iodine, the tadpole cannot become adults. Reproductive health. Physical and mental well-being of an individual is regarded as an individual's health. To keep the body healthy, every human being at any age need to have balanced diet. Person must also observe personal hygiene, undertake adequate physical exercise. During adolescence, however, this becomes even more essential as the body is growing. Nutritional needs of the adolescence. Adolescence is a stage of rapid growth and development. Hence, the diet for an adolescent has to be carefully planned. Already learned what a balanced diet is. Recall that a balanced diet means that the meals include proteins, carbohydrate, fat, vitamins in requested proportions. Our Indian meal of roti, rice, dal, and vegetables is a balanced meal. Milk is a balanced food in itself. Fruits also provide nourishment. For infants, mother's milk provides all the nourishment that they need. Iron builds blood, and iron rich food such as leafy vegetables, jaggery, meat, citrus, Indian gooseberry are good for adolescents. Check items for lunch and dinner in your meal. Is the meal balanced and nutritious? Does it include cereals which give energy and milk, meat, nuts, and pulses which provide proteins for growth? Also, does it include the fats and sugar that give energy? What about fruits and vegetables which are protective foods? Chips and packed or tinned snacks, though very tasty, should never replace regular meals as they do not have adequate nutritional value. Make a group with your friends. Write down the items of food in your breakfast, lunch, and dinner you had on the previous day. Identify the items responsible for proper growth. Also, identify the junk food that you consumed the previous day. Get ideas from the pictures given in figure. Prepare charts or posters and paste them in the class so that you are aware of the diet for adolescents. May also use your creative ideas and present it like an advertisement. You may even organize a competition on this topic. Is the meat, vegetables, fruits, milk and egg, grains. Personal hygiene. Personal hygiene. Everyone should have a bath at least once every day. It is necessary for teenagers because the increased activity of sweat glands sometimes makes the body smelly. All parts of the body should be washed and cleaned every day. If cleanliness is not maintained, there are chances of catching bacterial infection. Girls should take special care of cleanliness during the time of menstrual flow. They should keep track of their menstrual cycle and be prepared for the onset of menstruation. Use sanitary napkin or clean homemade pads. Change pads after every 4 to 5 hours as per the requirement. Physical exercise. Walking and playing in fresh air keeps the body fit and healthy. All young boys and girls should take walks, exercise, and play outdoor games. Memes, tobaccos, do's and don'ts. I learned here from chapter 6 the scientific fact related to human reproduction. There are many wrong notions which you should be able to discard the informative adolescence. Informed. For example, there are myths and taboos regarding bodily changes that adolescents experience. Some of these are given below. A girl become pregnant if she look at boys during menstruation. That is wrong. Mother is responsible for the sex of the child. That is also absolutely wrong. Girls should not be allowed to walk in the kitchen during menstruation. That also is a myth. Say no to drugs. Adolescence is a period of much activity in the body and mind. It is a normal part of growing up. So do not feel confused or insecure. If anybody suggests that you will get relief if you take some drugs, just say no, unless prescribed by the doctor. Drugs are addictive. If you take them once, you feel like taking them again and again. They harm the body in the long run. They ruin health and happiness. You must have heard about AIDS, which is caused by a dangerous virus, HIV. This virus can pass on to the normal person from an infected person by sharing the syringe using for injecting drugs. It can also be transmitted to an infant from the infected mother through her milk. Virus can also be transmitted through sexual contact with a person infected with HIV. Adolescence pregnancy. You might be knowing that in our country, legal age for marriage is 18 years for girls, 21 years for boys. This is because the teenage mothers are not prepared mentally or physically for motherhood. Early marriage and motherhood cause health problems in the mother and the child. It also curtails employment opportunities for the young women and may cause mental agony as she is not ready for responsibility of motherhood. Words Adam's apple, adolescence, adrenaline, balanced diet, endocrine gland, estrogen, hormones, insulin, larynx, pituitary gland, puberty, productive health, secondary sexual characters, sex hormones, target site, testosterone, thyroxine, and vox box. What you have learned? Humans become capable of reproduction after puberty sets in. Children between the age of 11 and 19 years are called adolescents. Onset of puberty brings about growth of reproductive organs. Hair grow at various places on the body. Breasts develop in girls and facial hair, mustache and beard appear in boys. Voice of boys become hoarse as voice box enlarges during adolescence. Children gain height during adolescence. Onset of puberty and maturity of reproductive parts are controlled by the hormones. Hormones are secretions of endocrine glands which pour them directly into the bloodstream. Pituitary glands secrete hormones which include growth hormone and hormones that make other glands such as testes, ovaries, thyroids and adrenals secrete hormones. Pancreas secrete insulin, thyroid produces thyroxine, adrenal produces adrenaline. Testosterone is the male hormone and estrogen is the female hormone. The uterine wall in females prepares itself to receive the developing fertilized egg. In case there is no fertilization, the thickened lining of the uterine walls break down and goes out to the body along with blood. It is called menstruation. Sex of the unborn child. depends on whether the zygote has XX or XY chromosomes. It's important to eat balanced food and maintain personal hygiene during adolescence. So that's all about this chapter. If you're interested, please do like, share, and subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you.